My God, that intro took forever. So my friend was just like, girl, you can just read the cards. You don't actually have to explain them. And I guess, I don't know why I love explaining the cards, but it may come off a little bit redundant. So how you're feeling is you have the Two of Cups in the reverse. You're not feeling like you are one with your mate. You may have had Uranus move into Taurus and really change the way that you guys look at each other as far as what they're emotionally bringing to the table. Is it worth it? Are they worth their weight in gold? Are they even worth their weight in salt? Is artificially, are they good for you? Or is the facade not even good enough for you anymore, basically? So, Two of Cups in the reverse, it could just be you guys don't communicate the same way, and so you may have little arguments about miscommunication because one person is more emotionally immature than the other, Sagittarius. But it could be you or them, and someone is offering you love, and it's up to you if you want to take it or not. But for some reason, there is a child in the mix because I see the Empress card, so congratulations. And if there's no child, it's you creating a tangible product. It's like your own baby. So if it's not your real baby, then it's a product, something that you've brought to the table out of thin air. You really thought of it and you produced it and you're feeling great about it. And in the meantime, there is the Page of Cups at your foundation. You're feeling like you really do appreciate love. There's a Leo in your life, and there is also, if not a Leo, it's just someone who can be extremely weak in one way or another. They can have a problem with self-control, so that could either mean you or them may have a problem with inebriation, because the Knight of Cups is sometimes a drinking card, and then other times I feel like someone is trying to take control of the other. Someone is very much possessive, and you're wondering if the love that you have is worth enough to stay. So some of you are wondering, this is just a casual thing, so why is this person so possessive? And the other side of you guys are thinking that this is a child that's involved, and so it's kind of hard to separate or to make the decision to decide whether or not you're being controlled or if you are being too controlling. But either way, you're thinking about getting yourself together. So you may have been weak just a moment ago and you're like, oh no, I'm getting my big girl panties on. I'm pulling it right together. And if once you decide to have that state of mind and cut off what needs to be cut off based off of how people have showed you themselves to be in the past, you are going to be the Empress in the future. So you have something, you may have a home, you may have a project that is coming to fruition, or a child. Like I said, it could be a Taurus, a Libra, a Pisces, or a woman who is very vibrant and creative. She's focused on the now. Like we said, the Empress is never worried about the past because there's no money there. She has all her ducks in a row. So whatever it is that had you feeling weak in the past, you are now focused on the present. And that could be because someone is making you feel comfortable with the present. Finally, you finally don't have to focus so much on the future. With that Queen of Swords on your mind, someone is making you feel as though you don't have to be so cutting with your words. You don't have to be so final in your decisions. You can bask in what you've created, and that's a very sexy card. So you may be feeling more attractive than usual. You may really be feeling full of spirit. So that's really awesome. Even though you have someone in your life who moved on very quickly, or they are back and forth in your life. That could be a male or female fire energy who you're having sex with one moment and they're running off the next, or you could be deciding that you don't want to be monogamous, but more than likely it's a man. Not a man, but a male energy. So a dominant energy, male or female, who doesn't really know the decisions that they want to make, and they're kind of running roughshod sometimes. They don't know whether they're coming or going, but they do know that they're trying to come for sure. And you may want them to go right afterward. Who knows? But you're hoping to revive the dead. So there's a lot of people right now who are interested in a genealogy. There's people who are interested in reviving old relationships based off of this offer that they can't get off of their mind. It could be from a water sign, of course, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, male or female. Ooh, energy. Someone who is really back and forth. So you have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So that's mixed messages. It could be because of you not having the union that you thought with someone else, and now you're thinking of someone who is just making an offer based on the past, even though the card, I mean, the phone just dropped. So I'm thinking you really decided that something was over, like blackout. It was done with, and then boom, you have a reconnection. So that could be something that is offered to you in the air, and because of the person that you're seeing being so back and forth, or because your hormones are just raging out of control, you could actually give them the time of day, or you could be cutting them off, and you could be hoping that this person that is trying to come back from the dead could just relax and die already. So, but I'm thinking that your hopes and fears are of this person coming back from the dead and you having to transform in order to now meet the person who they are currently. So maybe it could be a blast from the past that comes back and makes an offer to you, and you are acting like, I don't know if you're good enough for my standards. I don't know if you fit in with my life at this point. But the outcome is that you have the Two of Wands. You're going to make plans with this person or with someone else based on this Two of Cups in the reverse where you are now. So it could be the same person that you're dealing with that's giving you mixed messages, or it could be a new person that you're deciding to make some plans with. And this is the ending card right here. It's the waiting game. So you may be waiting on making plans with someone. There's not that much light. I'm sorry. Or you could decide, I'm going to change the thumbnail so you guys, but just listen, you know what I mean? Get the messages. And I even clarified your hopes and dreams before the Virgo card kept falling out. So some of you guys are thinking of a doctor or a mentor, or maybe that's the person that you want to be, but you're afraid to go back to school. Or this could be you not wanting to use your voice that God has given to you. So some of you guys need to be singing and you're doing poetry and not knowing how to deliver it. And some of you guys need to just figure out a different way to deliver your message, a different medium. Some of you guys need to see a medium because of a person that died and you want information on. Or some of you guys just need to see a medium because you want to get clear about this Knight of Cups. You want to know if who is giving you an offer, if it's a good idea or a bad idea to go with love, because you're not used to just going with your heart. I know sometimes you go based off your feelings, but other times you're going based off of your sexual feelings. But someone that you were happy about, you have backed up off of them. You backpedaled a little bit, and it could have caused a little bit of a scuffle or just a little bit of pettiness because you backed up off of them, and now you're making plans. Either way, it could be you making plans by yourself because you had this little bitty argument, but more than the little bitty argument, it could be Uranus moving, because I have this card also. That was the clarifier to the outcomes, Two of Wands, the waiting game. You're putting the brakes on something because you're feeling as though you don't have a handle on how Uranus is moving right now. So depending on how it affected you in your chart, you could have had someone jump up and start an argument with you, and you could have left them, they could have left you, or you could be afraid to start embark on this new journey based off of what has come back in the past. So you may be thinking of something that you want to revive from the past. You want to rework something, redo something, remix something, and you could be afraid to jump off the stoop and do it. But use that power of Uranus. And don't be afraid. Be the Queen of Wands. This was the card that flew out. I didn't know that I was going to be reading for Sag. But of course, it could be for any fire reading. It could be Sagittarius, Leo. It could be Aries. These energies are interchangeable, timeless, intersex, unisex, all that. So have a happy March, and whatever plans you decide, whatever contract you decide to sign, remember that we are in Mercury retrograde, so you may have to review it. But if it's something that you're going back to, if it's an offer that you're reviewing, you are going to be successful no matter what. Just have your end goal in mind, okay? And that's probably to be the Empress. So God bless you. Amen.